fucking scared me, man. Don't fucking do that again. Yeah, dude, I sent those nu metal guys home. I couldn't handle any more of that bullshit. Besides, dude, it's Halloween, man, and it's time to talk about some spooky Halloween shit. Hold on there, pumpkin bitch. This year, I have something I want to talk about first. Come on, man. October is my favorite month of the year. The atmosphere, the change in the weather, the scenery. I also love driving around and seeing all the different decorations hung up everywhere. To help celebrate this month of macabre, I listen to a lot of artists whose work complements the spooky spirit of Halloween perfectly. Now these bands are great all year round, but the musical styles, lyrics, and overall looks of the artists help enhance the feeling of the season. So this is 13 badass Halloween bands. Number 13, Screamin' Jay Hawkins. One of the earliest pioneers of shock rock, Screamin' Jay Hawkins is one of a freaking kind. His big, booming voice mixed with a dark and brooding style of blues fits the Halloween vibe perfectly. I mean, look at this dude. It's like a Halloween store just crapped all over him. He's mostly known for his songs Alligator Wine, Frenzy, and I Put a Spell on You, just to name a few. And my God, I love those songs. But he's also done other great stuff like Old Man River. And you can't go wrong with the Constipation Blues. He's also covered a few Tom Waits songs. His versions of Heart Attack and Vine, Whistling in the Graveyard, and Ice Cream Man are fantastic. But my favorite stuff from this guy are the crazy songs about the macabre. He made them fun, comedic, and way over the top. His music sounds like surfing lava waves through hell while your voodoo priest and witch buddies cheer you on. A perfect soundtrack for Halloween if you ask me. Number 12, White Zombie and Rob Zombie.
And that he was also a necrophiliac.
Man, it's not Halloween around here without some White Zombie. Now I'm picking both White Zombie and Rob Zombie because it's two sides of the same coin. White Zombie was a badass heavy metal band with songs about carnival freaks, monsters, and witches. Then Rob went solo and started another badass heavy metal band with songs about carnival freaks, monsters, and witches. Yeah, he kinda just sticks to what he knows. White and Rob Zombie's music is a celebration of otherworldly beings and colorful characters, with great homages to old school horror and exploitation flicks. One thing I love is how visual his lyrics are. It's easy to picture the characters and stories he's singing about. Now it can get a little tired on repeated listens, especially the later stuff, but that's okay, because if you only get to listen to his stuff once a year, October is the best time for some White or Rob Zombie. take cheesy 80s style hard rock and metal and mix it with monsters that look like extras from Return of the Living Dead, you get Lordi. This band is awesome. I first heard them back in 2006 when their album The Apocalypse came out, and I've been a fan ever since. Lordi was highly influenced by bands like Kiss, Alice Cooper, and Twisted Sister, and you can totally hear it. Their music has a tongue-in-cheek 80s Alice Cooper vibe all the way. I also love the costumes. They're fantastic. It kind of reminds me of the costumes in Gwar, but if Gwar is disgusting aliens from outer space, Lordi is monsters from a crazy drive-in horror movie. Also, they have a new album coming out this Halloween. Totally give Lordi a listen. Number 10, the Tiger Lilies. This band sounds like a crazy murder circus. Their dark cabaret sound with Martin's ghostly falsetto is funny, yet ghoulishly creepy. A lot of their songs are dark tracks about bestiality, blasphemy, prostitution, and other tales of delightful deviance. I will say this band is not for the easily offended, but if you can handle songs like this,
I'm crucifying Jesus, banging in the nails, and I am so happy because old Jesus failed.
then grab some beer and weed because these guys are great to listen to when you're fucked up, and turn them on during your Halloween party. Number 9, Strawfoot.
Wish I had some bread, feed me for a day. Wish I had a jug, I'd drink my sins away.
One thing I love about this band is how raw they sound. There's a dirtiness to the music that most bands can't match. Their style of bluegrass is mixed with a southern darkness that takes you down the dark, dirty roads that most people would stay away from. Now they only have 2 albums, Chasing Locusts and How We've Prospered, and they are both amazing. Chasing Locusts is a concept album about a southern preacher who gets caught up in an affair, murders his girlfriend's husband, and faces the consequences. It's fantastic. The second album, How We've Prospered, isn't a concept album, but that doesn't make it any less awesome. It's pretty much just a collection of dark tales of invisible men, murder, and going to hell. A nice slice of bloody American pie. Now sadly, they recently broke up, which is a total shame because this band was awesome. I'm going to totally miss these guys. Their music is great all the time, but it adds a special feeling of dread during the month of October. Just some dark, sweet, gothic Americana. Number 8, the Ghastly Ones. The Ghastly Ones were formed back in '96 by 2 special effects artists who wanted to mix their love for Halloween and late-night monster movies with some sweet surf rock, giving us one of the first horror surf bands. It's basically Dick Dale meets the Munsters. Their music also caught the ear of Rob Zombie, who released the Ghastly Ones' first album on his Zombie A Go-Go record label. That is badass. This is one of my favorite bands to listen to on Halloween. Their music just screams everything ghoulish. There's just something about surf music that really feels like Halloween. And I'm glad that there's a couple of bands out there who know how to make the perfect music to play during this ghastly holiday. back after these messages. Number 7. Zombie Girl. Holy shit, I love Zombie Girl. This is a badass industrial group from Canada that is fronted by Renee Cooper, and her music is awesome. Bumpin' rave-influenced industrial beats with lyrics centered on dark humor, B-rated horror, and zombies. She kind of feels like a female Rob Zombie with her Saturday Night Horror Show influenced songs and keeping her rhymes pretty simple, like rhyming head with dead, brains with insane. Now I normally complain about easy lyrics like that, but it fits so well with her style that I can forgive it and just enjoy the whole thing. You can't go wrong with Zombie Girl blasting through the speakers with the bass so loud it causes an earthquake. Now she only has one album, Blood, Brains, and Rock and Roll, and it is so badass. I highly recommend it. Zombie Girl also has 2 EPs if you want a little more music from her. There's Back from the Dead, which was her first release. It only has 4 original tracks and a couple remixes, and one of them is remixed by KMFDM, which is pretty sweet. Her last release was the 2009 Halloween EP. It has a couple new songs, demos, remixes, and a sweet rave-infused cover of the Halloween theme song. Now it's been 7 years since Zombie Girl's first album, and I haven't found any news on a follow-up. Hopefully she has one in the works because I can see Zombie Girl getting pretty big. This is something you should totally play on Halloween. Number 6. Typo Negative. Typo freaking Negative, man! I love this band. Their music has everything I love in one big package. Heavy metal, doom, prog, the list goes on. I play their albums all the time, but during October and especially Halloween, they're on at my house non-stop. Peter Steele's deep, brooding, and chilling voice, along with Kenny Hickey's droning guitars, Josh Silver's melodically evil keyboards, and John Kelly's slow and thrashy drums, all mixed together to give us one of the best gothy doom metal bands ever. All of their songs feature themes about Satan, Wicca, goth girls, and more, with a sweet bit of humor here and there. All of their albums are fantastic during Halloween, but if you could only listen to one, go with October Rust. This album is a celebration of all things autumn and Wiccan, and has enough humorous gloom and doom to get you ready for Halloween. Number 5. Voltaire.
Step right up on the reasonable guy.
Voltaire is a freaking genius. The first time I heard this dude, I was mesmerized. And through the years, he's become a huge influence on my music. His music is mostly filled with campy, dark cabaret jams rooted in old European folk and jazz, but you really can't toss him in a category because he masters so many musical genres. Most of his songs are campy yet brilliant dark comedy stories about vampires, zombies, and dead girls, among other delightfully morbid topics. I highly recommend that you buy all of his albums. There's so much variety, intelligence, comedy, and orgasmic beauty in his music. And it's not all dark and devilish. Check out his album Bitrektual. It's a concept album with hilarious songs about the Star Wars and Star Trek universes, with some Doctor Who thrown in for good measure. Ever since I first heard Voltaire's music, he's been a must listen, especially during the wickedly awesome month of October. Number 4. Screaming Lord Sutch. This is some of the most awesome Halloween party music ever. I found out about Screaming Lord Sutch back when I first heard about the Ghastly Ones. While doing research, I read that the Ghastly Ones were highly influenced by Lord Sutch, and I just had to know who that was. And holy shit, I've been a fan ever since. He's pretty much a white Screamin' Jay Hawkins. Is that racist? Yeah, he's more like the original Rob Zombie. His songs celebrate old school monster movie cliches mixed with great surf rock inspired jams. It gets pretty cheesy, but it's so awesome. Number 3. Creature Feature. Creature Feature. I dig these guys like a grave, man. Sit back now, let me tell you a tale where justice does not prevail. This band is totally unique. They sound like a goofy Saturday morning cartoon goth party, and it's so awesome. Creature Feature embraces the spirit of Halloween like no other. All of their songs are darkly comedic horror tales about grave robbers, witches, zombies, ghouls, and goblins. And the little monster characters that sing in the background are a great touch. It's like the little monster kids from The Nightmare Before Christmas started a band. Creature Feature's music is spooky, synth-heavy electro rock with really visual lyrics, making them a perfect Halloween band. Also, they're a great get-high band. If you remember last year, Pumpkin Bitch and I smoked ourselves retarded listening to these guys. Number 2. Diamanda Galus. Ain't no grave can hold my body down. Diamanda Galus is an amazing avant-garde musician and a huge influence on my music as well. Her music sounds like it's possessed by entities from another world. Diamanda's songs are normally about such topics as mental illness, AIDS, injustice, and loss of dignity, while her music goes everywhere. You'll get weird spoken word pieces, crazy industrial experiments, opera, gospel, and amazing blues numbers. I highly recommend her Mosque of the Red Death trilogy. These albums feel like taking a trip through hell. They just sound scary as fuck. She also did an amazing album with John Paul Jones called The Sporting Life. Another album I totally recommend. And nothing gets better than her live stuff. When it's just Diamanda and her piano, you can't go wrong. Her piano playing is just skillful, haunting, and beautiful. And her voice, oh my god, her voice. I'll tell you right now, she is my #1 favorite female singer of all time. Her vocal range is impeccable. Whether she's singing her ass off or doing her weird animal screams, Diamanda Galus is an artist that is fantastic during Halloween as well as the rest of the year. For the next guy on the list, we need to take a trip to the Crossroads. What the fuck, man? This is Bone Thugs. I'm talking about Robert Johnson, man. Number 1, Robert Johnson. In rural Mississippi, there was a young man with aspirations of becoming a great blues musician who was told to take his guitar to a crossroad by Dockery Plantation at midnight. He was then met by a large man who, according to legend, was the devil. He took the guitar, tuned it, played a few songs, then returned it to its owner, giving him the knowledge and power of the instrument. This in turn was a pact made with the devil, the ability to master the guitar in exchange for one man's soul. That man was Robert Johnson. If that ain't Halloween, I don't know what is. Robert Johnson was a genius. His lyrics, his incredibly complex guitar skills, his voice. Listen to his voice. When I listen to Robert Johnson, I can't help but believe the devil legend. The music sounds so supernatural. I can really feel the darkness slipping through the speakers. And it's a shame too, because we don't really have any wild and crazy myths attached to many artists nowadays. Unless you want to believe that old myth about Marilyn Manson removing some ribs so he can suck his own dick. But who wants to believe that? Robert Johnson sang dark songs about addiction, domestic abuse, and Satan. And his voice is so convincing that it's easy to believe every word that comes out of his mouth. Whether it's getting too drunk to function or walking around with the devil and beating your wife. These songs sound like they could be true stories. I love turning on Robert Johnson's music every year around Halloween because it has such a dark vibe to it, especially down here in the South where everything looks like shit. His music fits the landscape so well that you forget how shitty it is long enough to admire the darkness of the South. So there it is, 13 badass Halloween bands. Now these guys are great to listen to any time of the year. These are just awesome bands who kind of help you get into the Halloween mood. Now who do you listen to during Halloween? If I missed any of your favorites, list them in the comments below, and until then, we'll see you next time.
Sipping on a bird, sipping on a bird. Sipping on a bird, sipping on a bird. Sipping on a bird.